All right, so today we have a 2007 BMW 328i. So far, we're looking at, I'm gonna step over and look down. We're having to change out the gasket, which is called a oil filter housing gasket. That goes between here and here. All right, so the parts that you'll need and the tools that you'll need are gonna be one, the gasket, which comes out as the part numbers. Then we have BMW's, great, they have Torx bits, so you need your EPs. I have a short stubby ratchet, just in case I need some hard spots. These little dudes today are gonna come in handy. We've never used these before. So they flex, and then we also got a flex head, so it'll help us. Because, step over here real quick. There's one bolt right here that's kind of hard to get to. So instead of taking the intake off, try it a little easier way. We have a couple of bolts that's already loose and taken out, but there's a few. I'm using a 7/6. Oh wait, no, it's a 5/16, which a metric would probably be just as well, and also probably work if I turn it the right way. We'll get up in here, take these little small. Ooh, there's one. Then there's going to be one. If it's an untouched undercarriage, then it's never. All these will have to come off. Drop that, grab that, so we don't run it over. Let's see how much more. Then we got, I believe, one more right here. Gonna be, oh, a few more up here. There it is. All right, so we've got this dropped, as you guys can see now. You're gonna have to pull that down. Let's place that back there. Now you have two plugs on each side of your radiator. All right, you have one here. This is a newer radiator, so the plugs might not look the same on your radiator. There's one here, and there's one directly here on the other side, and it's inside the blue. So we'll find a big Phillips head and just unscrew those out, drain it, and once we drain it, we'll start back on the top. All right, so we're back at the top of the engine. There's a couple things that have to come off of this and some more drains. And after you've drained the radiator, these shouldn't be full of fluid too much, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about losing too much. You're still gonna lose some. You're gonna have some residual coolant come out. But you have this clip that's gotta come off, this clip right here that's gotta come off, and that's two sensors. Then here you have these two bolts. Be careful when you break these bolts loose, because these little pieces right in this area can break. And you are going lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So, it's pretty much the gist of that. And we'll come back to, after taking this off, we'll come back to the clip. All right, so next step, oh, by the way, I don't think this hose has to come off. It'd be easier if you could get it off. It'd give you more maneuverability with when you pull this back. But now, if we have to take it off, you'll see us take it off, but I'm trying not to take it off. Take this bolt right here off. It's a reverse bolt, which is the reason that we had to take this inlet hose off. We'll take this one off, and then back here in the back, like at the beginning of the video, we showed there's one right back there. You can see it right at the end of my finger. That one is up under the intake. It's where we're hoping this guy comes in handy, because he's flexes. And then I also have a swivel bit, or not swivel bit, but I forgot what to call it. Extension. Yeah, swivel extension. So let's get at it. All right, so we ended up having to take the intake bolts out. We didn't take them all the way out. I took one, let me count them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 6 of them that run through the back, 6 to 8. I took off 1, 2, 3, 4, because those are actual like nut plate or nut caps. They're not actual, they're not bolts. One bolt here, one bolt in the back. You can kind of leave the 2 in the back loose. Don't have to take them completely out. Also help with lining this back up once you put it all back together. Got this bolt down here out. And you can see our problem right there, right here. So your gasket here, as you can tell, this is all smooth, and then you get to here, and it's starting to deteriorate. So being that it's falling apart is why we were getting oil into water, not water into oil. And that's the one way you can tell that it's not a head gasket, and it's this gasket. All right, so we have replaced the new gasket. So it is here, no more. Clean this up with a razor blade and some parts cleaner. Got the inside of it good to go. So you'll have to flush through the system depending on how bad and depending on when you caught it. We have the water just not really on high, just kind of running through it, so it just constantly keeps a flow through the radiator, trying to flush anything through, any parts cleaner, anything like that we might have sprayed into any of the lines. But pretty much put this back on, and then it's put it back together. Pretty much reverse it, and then when you're done, we've already drained the oil like we said earlier. Come through, change your oil filter out, put a new one in, put new oil in it, new coolant, and button it up. You should be good to go. So